This is the SQL Server Service Broker module, and in the previous two videos we have implemented the SQL Server Service Broker applications. And in this application which we implemented in the last two videos, we are sending the message and retrieving the message in the queues manually. The message processing is manual in those videos, so we can do this. We can activate this process automatically. We can implement this message processing automatically also. And now in this video we will see how to activate the processing automatically. There are two kinds of activation: internal activation and external activation. In internal activation, service broker in the in this when the and we are using the internal activation, store procedure will be specified, which will handle the message processing, and it will be called automatically whenever the message will come into the queue. So now the scenario is that whenever the message will be sent to the target queue will call a procedure. This procedure have the logic that will retrieve the message from the queue and will process the message uh, from which it's retrieved from the queue. So this all will be automatic, and then after that this service will respond back to the initiator service, and the response will come into the queue. And this queue has the which call the procedure automatically, and which will handle the this message processing. So now we have to create two procedures which contains the logic for the processing. And these procedures, how it will be called automatically, how this internal activation will be handle, we have to modify in this queue. First of all, we have to create the procedure in the on this our target service. This procedure name is the I'm using this name, stp underscore request order processing activation. And in this procedure I will write the logic. Before, in the last two videos, I have this logic. That logic, the same logic will I will implement now in this procedure. The previous logic which is used to retrieve the message and to process the message, I was executing myself, manually executing, but now this procedure will execute that logic. So the logic will be the same, but that logic I will implement now in the stored procedure. So this stored procedure for the target, after creating the stored procedure, I will modify this queue. And what I will alter the queue, this is my target queue. Target queue name is order pay target queue, and here I have to modify activation status is equal to on. And in this activation status I will mention the procedure name which I created earlier. So the procedure which I am going to mention here, it must have to exist. So first I have to create the procedure, then I have to modify the queue to mention that procedure in this queue. So this is the procedure name, and here is one key field, max queue readers. Here I can mention any number, 10, 100. What it will do, it will use for the parallel processing. For example, in this queue, target queue, there are a lot of messages or excess of messages are here. So these procedures, the multiple instances of this procedure will be called, and it will start the parallel processing. And after that, modifying this queue, I have to come on my initiator service, and in initiator service I have to create the procedure which will handle the processing of the message on this initiator queue. And the logic I will write in the store procedure, and this is my store procedures, stp underscore response underscore processing activation. Here I will write that logic which I already used in the previous videos, and now I have to copy that logic and will use that logic into this stored procedure. And this stored procedure, after creation of this stored procedure, I will modify this queue by using the alter queue SQL Server syntax. And this is my initiator queue, order pay initiator queue. And here I will, on the status, activation status is equal to on, and in this I will mention the procedure name which I have created. And this procedure have the logic to process the messages. And after doing this one, I can start the conversation. So let's move now to the SQL Server Management Studio. to implement this internal activation. This is my SQL Server Management Studio, and here I will implement the internal activation. In the last two videos, I have created two databases, the target trading database and the init trading database. These two databases host these two services. The initiator service in the initiator trading database and the target service in the target trading database. Both databases are in the same instance, and now I'm just going to change the logic for just for internal activation. So first I have to implement this in the target queue. I will use my target database, and then I will create the stored procedure. The logic is the same which I used in the last two videos. I just have to copy that logic to retrieve the message from the target queue and then to process and response to the initiator service. That logic I will use in the stored procedure. So this is the stored procedure. I'm going to create this stored procedure. This is the stored procedure. This stored procedure I will create in my target database for the target queue. So the procedure is created. After creating the procedure, I will modify my target queue. This is my target queue, order pay target queue, and here I will mention this stored procedure. So to alter the target queue, this is the syntax, and my target queue is altered, and now this is the procedure is there. After that, I have to go to my initiator database and I have to create the procedures which will hold the message processing logic. So this is the procedure on the initiator service. This is the procedure, and the logic in the procedure is the same which I used in the last two videos. The target service will respond to this initiator service, and then the initiator service will retrieve the message from the initiator queue. It will process that message and then it will end the conversation. So this is all the logic for this procedure. On the initiator service, the procedure is created. After creating the procedure, I will alter my initiator queue. Initiator queue have the name order pay initiator queue. In the initiator queue, I will uh, change the activation status is equal to on, and then I will mention the procedure name which I just created, stp underscore response processing activation. So my queue is altered. After that, I can start the conversation because the environment is ready for the internal activation, and now I will start the conversation. But before starting the conversation, I want to mention an important point, because this when this order service initiator broker service which is responsible for the orders, it will send the message to the target service. Then this message will come into the queue, and queue will automatically call this stored procedure, and the stored procedure have the logic to retrieve the message from the queue and then process this message and to send the response to the this initiator service. And when this will send the response to the initiator service, it will come into the initiator queue, and initiator queue has the automatically internal activation for the procedure which will retrieve the message from the queue and will execute the code which will process the messages, and now this all will be automatic. So to know about that, when this procedure is called and what this procedure did and what time the target queue called the internal activation and what this target queue did, this for to see all these activities, I will create a temporary table, and whenever this queue will activate this store procedure, I will add some record in those in that temporary table, that this time this procedure is activated and this procedure did this thing, and what time this initiator queue is called and what the initiator queue did, all this I will store into the temporary table just to make sure that this automatic process is happened. So this I will for this I will use a temporary table. This temporary table I will create on my target trading database. This is the temporary table name which will store all the activities which this automatically queues will do in this using this stored procedure. So I've created this temporary table. This temporary table now I will use in this uh, uh, procedure which is created on the target database with the target queue, and here when the this message will be processed, it will add one record in this temporary table that the message processed and responded at this time, date, time, and the text what happened this time. After that, this service will end the conversation, and when the conversation will be ended again, it will add one record into this temporary table that the conversation is ended on the target at this time. So then the initiator service on the initiator service, this procedure will be automatically called, and this procedure will retrieve the message from the initiator queue and will process that message. After that, it will add the record into my temporary table that the response received from the target, and this is the time when it was received. And after that, it will also end the conversation, and the conversation will be when conversation will be ended on the initiator service, it will add that one record into this temporary table that the conversation ended on the initiator at this time. So there my temporary table will have the four records. So if I will check now, there any records in my temporary table? There is no record in the temporary tables. So before starting the conversation, the this temporary table is empty. So there is no record in the temporary table. Now I'm going to start the conversation. So initiator service will send the message, and uh, when the target queue will uh, activate the procedure, and the procedure will process the messages and will respond back to the initiator service, and the initiator service queue will uh, activate the procedure, and that procedure will process the message and will end the conversation. So this is the conversation which will start from the order pay initiator service to the order pay target service, and now all the code in the stored procedure. So the everything is successful. Now this target queue will be empty because the message is already processed, and the initiator service will also be empty because the stored procedure is automatically called, and the stored procedure will retrieve the message from the queue. That is why now the queue is empty. We can verify from our temp table, which so if I will check this temporary table, this temporary table must have four records. So let's see what are these records. This record one is the message processed and responded when this target service process the messages. That time this has been inserted in this table, and after that when the target service end the conversation, then the record has been inserted, into this temporary table. When the initiator receive the messages and process the message, at that time this record is inserted. After that, this conversation when ended by the initiator service, then the messages are inserted in this temporary table.